Hi everyone. Welcome to another episode of Bat Balla. Uh, so T20 World Cup is around the corner. Just a couple of months, not even a couple of months actually. It's in a couple of months now for the World Cup to start. And currently we are obviously playing against South Africa. The third T20 is on at Dharmshala, and we can say that India has probably decided, Gambhir has rather decided that who is going to play, who's going to be the part of the squad, more or less. Until unless there is an injury scare or something like that happen, I don't. I think the team which is playing against New Zealand is going to be there for the T20 World Cup as well. The squad is looking balanced to a certain extent, but us being us, I think we have a few doubts, few questions. And for me, Suresh, I think I feel that something somewhere is missing. uh, the same thought I had before that 2019 World Cup, where number four
Mm,
was a problem, and we ended up suffering because of that. Right over here, I
yeah,
think there are two or three major issues. One, obviously, around the opening spot. If Gill is the right guy to be there along with Abhishek Sharma, that means you're at the cost of, say, someone like a Jaiswal, Sanju Samson, or even a Gaikwad. I don't think Gaikwad or Jaiswal are even in the fray, but still. Then is Jitesh Sharma the right guy to be the wicketkeeper batter? Sort of playing a finisher role at number five or number six. Uh, Sky's form is a concern. His captaincy form again could well have an impact on the batting form as well. So these are the few questions I think which I have particularly in my mind. Any initial thoughts on the same, Suresh, or anything specifically which you feel that which you are concerned about at this point of time?
yeah. Like you said, right? I think the bowling is more or less settled. I don't think that should be a problem, and the fact that it's been played in India, I don't think bowling is. I mean, spinners will play a part, and our spinners are really good, so that's not going to be a concern. I think like you said, the batting is the problem, and I don't know why even so close to the World Cup we are chopping and cutting a lot of people up and down, and even the last match, Akshar Patel came in at number three. I don't know why these experiments are happening so close to the World Cup now, right? I mean, we have a settled squad. These people should be, we have people for those particular roles and they should be doing that, right? Unfortunately, fortunately, whatever said and done, Hardik Pandya is sort of the crux of the squad. He's a lot of responsibilities here on him, and that's because the top order is not firing. And if you have an off World Cup or Hardik, right, it's very injury dependent. I mean, he has injuries. So it is unfortunately that we are in a very precarious situation because of that chopping around. And I'm not a big fan of that happening so close to a World Cup. And we can discuss it one by one. I think let's start off with the opening slot, right? I mean, whatever said and done, we know that the results are showing, right? Gill is not a T20 opener. There is a limit to how much we can push a player for three formats. It's not required. We don't need to push every next superstar to all three formats. That's not the way the game is going. And the past so many results have shown that he's not really fit for that, right? Let's make it upfront. I mean, he may score you the one-off big score with a 130 strike rate, but that's not what you want in the opening slot. And the worst sad part is we have players who have done so well in the slot. We have Sanju who scored 300s. We have Jaiswal who's has a better average and a better strike rate than Gill. But I don't understand why we are so obsessed with making Gill a three format player.
Talking about Gill, I think he's reviewed it, but I think he's gone again for a duck in this game as well,
My God.
just like the last game. Uh, and I'm
Horrible.
pretty sure Gambhir being Gambhir, still not gonna, you know, be really bothered about this. I think it's just got saved. Inside has probably saved him, but yeah, I think like you mentioned about Gill. I think Sanju is someone who's been really unlucky. I think he's done all the right things at top of the order. And not too long ago, he opened in South Africa, got a
Yeah,
couple of hundreds over
correct.
there, and the intent is always there. With Sanju, see, you will have those occasional games where probably he'll
Yeah,
misfire and he'll get out pretty early. But you know for the fact if Sanju is there for the first 6 or 8 overs, along with Abhishek Sharma, that's gonna be lethal, and opposition is
yeah,
always gonna be under that pressure. So I mean, I really don't know what the logic is here. I know he's a class act, he's a class player. He'll give you the runs probably. He'll score those 40 or 50 runs. He might give you a big 100. But again, is he the right guy to open along with Abhishek? I'm not too sure about that. So I think that's gonna be a big concern. And I'm not sure the way the entire management and Gambhir everyone is projecting Shubman Gill as the next all format captain. I think he's gonna be there in the squad until unless there is some injury scare or something like that. I think it's gonna be there for sure.
Yeah, and very unfortunate, like in Sanju's case, like you mentioned, right? Now, just because he's not there, the opener slot, he's not in the squad now. And
Yeah.
obviously, he's not a middle order player. That's not the way he's changed his game completely to top order player, and that's the way he plays. So he's not in the middle order. Middle order, they're better players. Also agree. Uh, and with Sanju is that like how you mentioned, like the partnership with Abhishek was so good. Like Abhishek used to go attacking. Sanju used to play a bit sort of not of an anchor. You can never say he's an anchor, right? But he used to play more calmly. And the moment he realizes that yes, I can also go play my shots, then it's just carnage. And like you see those hundreds also against South Africa. And I feel that he's a very gel. He can gel well with different players who comes in also. Right? Atilak Verma, one down, or a Sky, two down. He can play those roles with all these batsmen. But yeah, it's very sad. I mean, and the worrying part is Sky's form, right? I mean, the
Um,
fact that our captain is going through that form, and that will slowly start creeping into your results, right? I mean, it will start creeping into your performance as a captain as well. And we saw that in the last match, right? I mean, that was definitely not the way they scored so easily against us. Some of the field placements, some of the bowling changes were just not up to the mark. And at crucial, whatever said and done, it's a World Cup, right? You know, every team is going to come up with the best performance. And in those crucial moments, if your mind is not completely on the game for whatever reason, it could be a batting, it could be the captaincy, that's enough. One match is enough to screw the opportunity, right? And we don't want Sky to be in a position like that. So I really, really hope that. See, I trust Sky. I think he's he's the best, one of the best T20 players of all time for India, and probably in the world also. The way he plays, it's unbelievable. So I really hope that it's just a matter of time, and I hope he scores, for example, in this match, or maybe a big 100 in the series, and he gets his form back because a confident Sky is so crucial for India.
the problem with the say someone like a Sky or the players who are majorly dependent on hand-eye coordination is that once they are out of form, it is really hard for them to get back into the rhythm again. We saw that with Sehwag as well
Yeah,
at the fag end of his career that the slight delay, a microsecond or nanosecond delay in picking up the ball, picking up the right shot. I think that is where I feel that Sky is struggling at this point of time. He's somewhere in that no man's zone
yeah,
at this point in time. And like you mentioned, Sky at 3 or 4 is really crucial for India. And an underconfident or an not so confident leader is always a problem. Beat any format, beat any team. You saw that with a lot of players in the history as well. Where their performance suddenly crept in the confidence level of the squad as well. But having said that, I think I still believe that he will fire at some point of time. Again, there are a lot of skepticism around Sky's performance in the crunch game historically, but again, have all said and done, he's still your one of the top
yeah.
players, and I hope that he comes good. I'm again not too sure because the way he has been under pressure over the last 1 year or so post that 2024 World Cup since the time he has picked up captaincy, he's not played too many match winning knocks, and that is so unlike Sky. He's under pressure for sure, and I think we'll have to wait and watch. That's where the character comes into the picture. But again, if Sky is there, he's there. Obviously, Tilak is there,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
these two guys are gonna be the number 3 and number 4 for you. And I don't really want to see any Akshar Patel experiment. At number 3 or number 4. I don't
Why
see a
is it
logic in.
happening? Yeah. Yeah, no, I really don't know why is it happening. I mean, what? I mean, okay. The only thing I can think of the left-right combination, right? But even then, I mean, come on, man. I mean, yes, he did play that brilliant knock in the finals of the World Cup, right? And I would even go to say an extent that yeah, that knock was the reason we won the World Cup also. But come on, I mean, that shouldn't be. He's not a regular number three for sure. And high time experiments are done, man. I mean, we're so close to the World Cup that can't be the reason. We can't be doing in the stopping and changing the squad now. And the other thing I want to come to is definitely the whole finisher slot, right? Like I do. I mean, Jitesh Sharma, yes, he had a brilliant IPL, but he's not really clicked in the international format. And you have a finisher like Rinku Singh, right, who's done that role so well for India and so well for KKR. I don't know. I don't know if it is again some Gambhir vendetta that he was. You know him, right? Certain players he has that I don't want them in the squad for whatever reason. But what a record Rinku Singh has, and probably in world cricket right now there are very few finishers like him. I just don't know why he's not there.
I mean, Uh, Shivam Dubey is another example. I think I have not seen a pure play batting or match winning performance from Dubey in the international cricket so far. He has had a few impactful knocks. Yes, he played
Yeah,
gem of a knock against Pakistan in that Asia Cup final. He was pretty good in the World Cup final as well against South Africa last year, a couple of years ago. But again, I'm not too sure about it. But the reason probably they are banking on Shivam Dubey is because at some point of time they believe that he can give you those couple of overs somewhere in the middle if your
yeah,
prime bowlers are having an off day or something like that is happening. For example, today also I think he had a good
yeah,
spell, 3 overs. He managed to pick up a couple of wickets as well. So that's where he's seeing the management probably is banking on Shivam Dubey. But again, he has to come good, man. And that's where you have got Jitesh, who again is not so tested at this point of time. Then again, everything comes down to Hardik Pandya. He's gonna be the key man for you. And if anything happens to him with respect to the form, with respect to the fitness, as
yeah.
we have seen so often that
It's so
somehow
scary.
he manages to pick up injury at the crunchest of the crunch time, and if that happens, I think that India will be in a soup for sure because we don't have I have a finisher who's like really reliable, barring Hardik Pandya, unfortunately at this point of time.
Yeah, no, no, I love the guy. I love the fact that Hardik is playing for India. I mean, what a talent! And it's unfortunate that we don't have his services in Test cricket. I mean, if we had it, what a player he could have been there also, right? Like how Australia has the Cameron Green or whatever. But all said and done, I mean, he's one of the most clutch players, right? You know, if it's a tough situation, if Hardik is there, you know he'll perform. So I'm so happy he's there, but I'm not happy with that over reliant on Hardik at this point in time. Fingers crossed, like you said. I just hope he's not injured.
Do you have any backup in the mind? For example, we still have a five-match
Yeah,
T20 series. A couple of games against South Africa is still pending, and then we've got a five more match series against New Zealand.
New
You
Zealand. Yeah,
have do you as if you are a selector or if you are in the a part of the management side, you have any player in the mind which you'd want to try before that T20 World Cup? Obviously, Rinku Singh can be one of the guys for sure,
yeah.
but
No,
any
I
other
think
names?
yeah, a like for like replacement which they have been looking at is Nitish Kumar Reddy, right? I mean, I think Gambhir likes him, and they keep floating him around once in a while. They keep trying him in T20. Obviously, not tested, and maybe it's too late to give him a chance right now. But I think the fact that Shivam Dubey is there is considered the obvious possible replacement in case Hardik gets injured. But otherwise, I think they're looking at Nitish Kumar Reddy. But that you need that fast bowling, medium pace all rounder, right? And I think only these three are there: Hardik, Shivam Dubey, and Nitish Kumar.
Maybe they might use Akshar Patel as a finisher at some point of time, because again, Akshar is a very complicated case. He will be there in the squad, but again, at what number he will be used, we don't know. He has been the floater,
Yeah,
for the last so many years now, and that is good in a way, but again, it comes at its own cost and perils.
yeah. He doesn't seem like the finisher material, right? Like he can't do like a 180 strike rate, a 200 strike
Yeah.
rate, or a 220 strike rate. He doesn't seem to be that sort of a guy, but that's where his position is. So, yeah, I think that's why Gambhir is trying to see if we can put him up the order, but that's yeah. I understand why that whole problem with Akshar we have, but if like we discussed, right, if the top seven can't do it, then eighth can't do it. So I guess you just discount the fact that Akshar is a good batsman right now, and the others should do those scoring. But yeah, I don't think we can trust Akshar as a finisher at least.
What about Washington Sundar?
Instead of you're saying
Maybe
in case
Akshar.
Hardik, okay, maybe Akshar, okay, yeah, no, I think between Washington and Akshar, I just trust Akshar's bowling better. I think Aksar with the left arm, Kuldeep with Chinaman, and Varun with his Misty spin. I think that this three combo comes really good. So I think they play well with each other. So I would first give preference to Akshar over Washington. And again, Washington also not really that great performances, right? I mean, I know that one particular match he hit a quick fire 50 or almost got to 50 recently, but otherwise not really that great with the bat.
Got it. Got it. I think that makes sense. I think one point which also, again, I wanted to touch upon is the wicket keeping duties. I know we have touched upon Sanju Samson
Yeah,
and Jitesh Sharma. So if Samson is probably opening along with Abhishek Sharma, then you'll need someone else at the mid as a finisher because then Jitesh won't be your keeper as well. Uh,
yeah.
uh, we have Rishabh Pant in the 15 as well. Do you see a case of Pant being used as a wicket keeper batter, as a prime wicket keeper in the squad, maybe at some point of time.
Good question. I mean, I don't know what is the order of keepers' preference right now. I am assuming Jitesh Sharma is number one. I don't know who's two and three. If Pant is two, I mean, I'm assuming Sanju's two. But again, the problem with Sanju is that the top order is sorted. And Sanju's not a middle order player. So, in which case, maybe Pant is preferred over Sanju just because of the fact that Pant can do the middle order duties better than Sanju. So, maybe that reason, but otherwise, personally think Sanju's a way better T20 batsman overall than Rishabh Pant at this point in time. What are your thoughts on that?
No, I think this is a little complicated. Like you mentioned,
Yeah,
if you need someone who can bat in the middle order, I think then Pant is gonna be the backup. But I'm not too sure, man. I know he played the entire World Cup in 2024. He had an impact in the final as well with that. The break which he took, which led to the dismissal of Henrik Klassen. But again, I don't think he had any impactful knock over there. And Pant being a T20 player is always a question mark for me. He's not the same guy who plays. I mean, he's far better red ball batter as compared to the T20 batter.
Any
But
chance for KL? Do you think?
no, I don't think so, man. I mean, KL again is not helped his chances to be very honest. The kind of cricket which this team is trying to play, or the kind of
Yeah,
aggression which these guys are trying to put up, I don't think KL fits in the fits the bill at this point of time. And again, he's not been in the mix as well. So very rarely you would see someone coming out of the blue and making a cut in the squad. You saw that with Ashwin probably in that 2022 World Cup, but you don't see that happening too often, and probably you'll have two or three guys before KL,
yeah, yeah,
who would probably a better place at this point of time.
yeah. True, I agree. Yeah, I think. I mean, we have discussed the batsman. I think the bowling, to be really frank, is very sorted. Is what I feel.
Yeah.
I think a good set of fast bowlers, a good set of spinners also. Any particular concerns you're seeing in the bowling?
So I think bowling, especially in these Indian conditions, subcontinent condition, we have to play a game in Sri Lanka as well. I think looks sorted to me because you got Arshdeep and Bumrah. Then you got a good decent backup in Harshit Rana. I know that we have not been really big fan of Harshit Rana in the past, but I think over the past few games he's
No, I
been
think yeah,
proved
yeah.
he's doing
T20 for
well.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, he's been doing well. He's putting in the hard yards. He's got the pace. Today also, I think
yeah.
he's balled a good
He
spell.
bowled well.
So
Right.
got and then you got the backup of Hardik Pandya and Shivam Dubey as well in the pace department. In the spin, I think we don't have any doubts. You got Chakravarti, you got Kuldeep, Akshar, and then probably someone like a Washington Sundar could be a backup in case something goes off. In an unforeseen circumstances. So I'm not too worried about the bowling part, to be honest. Uh, I don't know. There could be a debate on Bumrah's form, but we have seen that when the moment comes, I think he'll be the guy who will probably be at his lethal best. So, and especially in this condition, we are blessed that we're not gonna be over dependent on Bumrah. It would be the likes of Chakravarti and Kuldeep who will be probably being will be equally important. Especially in those middle overs. So not too concerned, to be honest. The only
Yeah.
question which I would want to ask you: do you see any chances of Siraj making a cut in the 15 at least?
No, no, not right now. Until unless, like you said, somebody's injured. I think if somebody's injured, probably the first look, Siraj should get the first look. But otherwise, the way these three are bowling right now, I think it's pretty set. And I think, like you said, India should go with Bumrah and Arshdeep, just for the variety. Arshdeep brings the left arm pace, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, Harshit Rea, he's been bowling really well. Today also, he was bowling superb. So good selection by Gambhir, at least in the bowling front in T20 for cricket for sure. So I think that is sorted. Yeah. I think overall, I mean, whatever said and done, we have been performing well the last few, at least last year for sure. Our T20 squad has been one of the best teams going around. Though we've had a bit of a reversal, a few unexpected losses, and especially the last loss was a big loss, right? So that shows that there are chinks in the armor, especially in batting. If you were to look at the overall way cricket is right now and the possible big opponents for India right now in the T20 World Cup, who do you name like the top three?
I think in an ICC tournament, I'll always have Aussies in right up
Yeah.
there. And South Africa has also been performing really well, and even in this game, in the previous game, they showed up that they can be really lethal with the bat, with the ball. I think they've got a right combination in these conditions. Plus, they have spent enough time in India right before the
Yeah.
World Cup, so that's definitely gonna help their cause. Third team, I don't know. Uh, I somehow have a feeling that Pakistan will do better this time around.
Okay.
All said and done, they've got the quality. The quality has improved a lot. Uh, I'm not sure if you saw that Asia Cup, which happened right after the main Asia Cup, that Emerging Stars Asia Cup, where they
Emerging Asia Cup.
ended
Yeah,
up
yeah.
winning that.
They won.
Uh,
Yeah.
but they'll have to take a few tough calls, probably get the right balance, get the right people in the squad. And considering the circumstances, they will play all their games in Colombo. So that
Yeah.
will help their cause for sure. So maybe they might be the dark horse this time around. And obviously, Australia and South Africa are going to be the favorites as well. What about
Yeah,
you?
no, I do. Yeah, I agree with this. I mean, and I think in any T20 limited overs format, we can't rule out England, right? I mean, the way the brand of cricket they bring in, I'm sure. I think Harry Brook is the captain right now, and
Yeah.
under his captaincy again, they've been playing very very attacking brand of cricket, and with the good spinners also coming through, I think they should be able to put up a good challenge. Overall, yeah, I mean, because of the fact that it's a subcontinent, I would definitely give subcontinent teams. Afghanistan could spring up a surprise. They have been playing in these conditions so much now, right? And maybe not win the World Cup, but definitely a good chance for the semis is what I feel. Yeah, it'll be a good call up between them and maybe Pakistan for the semis from the Asia along with India. But I think yeah, the way India is playing right now, it definitely semis is for sure. Beyond that, it's
Yes,
just that game.
semis is not good enough for India now. Matlab, we have reached
That's
that
true.
point of time
Yeah,
where uh, you are expected to win most tournaments and not, right? And to be fair, I think considering the circumstances, the situations, I mean the it is gonna be in the subcontinent and everything. एंड माई ओनली वरी इज कि एक वो गेम ऐसा ना आ जाए जिसमें प्रोबेबली दैट आवर टॉप गाइज डोंट परफॉर्म एंड देन all these selections, the middle orders chaos, all these things come back and haunt us, which has happened in the past as well. That is my only
yeah.
worry. Otherwise, I
Just the
don't see.
last match, right? Yeah,
Yeah. Where probably the opposition put up a big total on board, and then
yeah, yeah.
you top out of falters, and then probably the guys like Shivam Dubey and Jitesh and all those folks will really get tested, and that's where the skepticism might come into the picture.
Yeah, and like we discussed, there's so many things, right? In a World Cup, you never know, right? I mean, that clutch part is very important, and unfortunately, Sky's confidence is a bit low right now. So yeah, I mean, it's India's harms are done by India itself, right? It's not the opposition. I mean, so I really hope that Gambhir doesn't make too many changes and keeps the team motivated enough to put up a good performance. But otherwise, yeah, I think India are definitely favorites, and we should be winning the series and the next New Zealand and putting up a good fight for the World Cup also.
Yep, waiting for that for sure. Chalo,
Yeah,
cool guys. I think we'll catch up later, Suresh.
yeah.
This was an
Let's
interesting
do an
topic.
episode on the we could probably on the IPL auction, mini auction before that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes, yep. I think that would be a good one. Cool.
sure.
Thank you so much,
See
guys.
you.
Bye.
Yeah. See you. Guys. Bye.